Bitcoin is right now retesting one of its most important previous levels of resistance into support right now. And while this is happening, we are only a couple $100 away from the very important Bitcoin CME gap. And yes, while this is happening, today there's going to be very important news drop the market. I am going to be exactly discuss that. I'm going to be talking, of course, about the Bitcoin price action, about this very important breakdown of the support box. I'm going to be talking about the most important charts and patterns. I'm going to give a very big update on my current ongoing trades here. I am going to be talking about the price targets of this major Ethereum run we're currently seeing, and of course, where Ethereum is ultimately going to be peaking this cycle. I've got all the scenarios from previous bull runs planned out here. I'm going to be discussing this with you. Of course, the $1 billion inflow as well here, and much more here. So don't forget to once again snap out that like button back above 1,000 likes. Subscribe to the channel as well, because we're almost at 200,000 subscribers, and let me get straight away in towards today's update video. So first of all, Bitcoin, previously major resistance, right now is getting retested as support here. And of course, we saw a major correction from the top side. And yes, I discussed it yesterday in my private Telegram group here. And basically what we were still looking at is, of course, the CME gap. And I said in the group here, as actually Bitcoin broke above this high right here. We clearly saw, of course, that Bitcoin confirmed a higher high in the market, and if it can still hold this level, I think it's looking good here. But since we right now broke below this level, I won't be surprised actually that Bitcoin is going to be still grabbing that liquidity on the lower side, which is of course that CME gap on Bitcoin. But I want to remind you is that sometimes before as well here, we have seen certain scenarios where, of course, Bitcoin creates a CME gap and then still pushes up towards the upside and only fills up the CME gap later, like in a couple days or a couple weeks later. But for example, if we just look at the last, what is it, like 20 or 40 CME gaps, all of them have been grabbed with a matter of 5 to 6 days here. So I won't be surprised that ultimately we're going to be grabbing it, but it can sometimes take a little bit longer than we are expecting. So yes, I think eventually it's going to get grabbed, but we can still see a push towards the upside before it's going to be happening. So yeah, I mean, if I'm looking currently at the liquidity heat map, I can't really clearly see a big level of liquidity building up. I mean, there is some liquidity laying below us, but it's not all too much at this moment of time here. But yeah, if we are once again clearly going to see liquidity being built up above us or below us, I am going to notify you, because Bitcoin always follows the liquidity in the market. And yes, later today, we're also going to get the CPI data, which is going to get dropped on 2:30 p.m. And this is for sure going to cause a lot of volatility. And of course, it really depends on your time zone, but this is the European time zone. So make sure to pay attention towards this data. It's for sure going to cause a lot of volatility in the market. Then also, yesterday, we got the confirmation that the White House officials have stated that President Trump has officially ordered the Congress to create a strategic Bitcoin reserve here. So very bullish news. Once again here, it is coming. And of course, we do know that the House vote is going to come anytime soon here. So all the things that Donald Trump still wants to do, he has to do right now here, because if he is going to be losing the House, which is most likely what is going to be happening, he can't push his agenda anymore here. So that is why he's pushing all these things very quickly right now here. And I won't be surprised that anytime soon here, this strategic Bitcoin reserve is going to officially come here. So very exciting what is going to be happening over there here. And yeah, if I'm also looking, of course, at basically the Bitcoin price targets, ultimately for me here, I think at $130,000 is going to be the bull market top for Bitcoin. I mean, I've talked about it so many times here, but guys, and always 18 months after the halving, I don't know the exact percentage, that is where Bitcoin historically tends to top out here. And I will remain to have the same strategy, because I remain to believe in the 4-year cycle until it's proven otherwise, right? So yes, we're coming very, very close towards the Bitcoin bull market cycle. And so yes, we are coming really clearly at the end stage of the Bitcoin bull market cycle. I don't want to say that we can't go up anymore, because just like 2017, we had a very big increasement in the last 1 to 2 months here. Also in 2021, last 2 months, we had a very strong push towards the upside. And I still think something similar is going to be happening. But ultimately, my price targets are going to be between $130,000 to about $140,000. And Guys, I really believe that there is still a very good trading opportunity aligning for you guys out there in the market. And that is why I still have an insane bonus right now available. Because if you are in the private Telegram group here, which is the third link in today's video description, you can still join it. But I've talked very highly about my trading setup on certain altcoins. And one of my trading setups I'm looking at is Optos right now here. And that is why I spoke to the Weeks team and I managed to get a free 1,000 US dollar Optos trade for you guys out there. And all you need to do is go to the first link in today's video description, press on that link, sign up an account, and after that, download the application of WeX, sign in, confirm your KYC, and boom, you will get a free $1,000 Optos trade here. Or if you don't like that, go to the second link in today's video description, sign up an account, also confirm your KYC, etc., etc., and you can win a free Bentley. You can do you can spin the wheel and there's a prize pool of about like a million US dollars, and it's going to become bigger and bigger as more people are going to be joining, and you can win a free Bentley or like a free 10K. So guys, make sure to check it out. It's definitely super valuable. And yeah, I would also highly recommend to join my private group here, since I engage with you guys out there. I answer your questions. And yeah, it's a super good place to be in my opinion. So I'm looking at this major Optos trade. I am also going to be taking on WeX, and you can currently get it with using that link description of today's video. And if you deposit even more funds, you can get an even bigger position for free here. So let's say you deposit 10K funds into that account, you get a free 4K trade here, which is quite absolutely insane if you ask me here. So here it still says ETH, but it is an Optos trade in this case here. So yeah, make sure to check it out in the link description of today's video. But now I quickly want to be talking a little bit about Ethereum, because yesterday we saw $1 billion inflows on the Ethereum spot ETF, which is absolutely insane here. And me and my team made this very interesting dashboard, because this dashboard basically shows us what Ethereum has done in the previous cycles. And of course, where we're currently sitting in terms of the market cap against Bitcoin and the dominance against Bitcoin for Ethereum, right? And in this case, Bitcoin is sitting around 118,000 US dollars, and Ethereum, its ratio is about 21.7% here. Well, if we're going to come towards the 30%, I think it's a very great time to actually start to take some profits. And if we're entering the 35%, I would definitely take some very aggressive profits on my Ethereum positions. But for now on, that is not the case, of course. And I can calculate the exact bull market price target using this dashboard. So I personally think 130K is a very likely target where Bitcoin is going to go towards. And of course, that's going to be most likely the peak here. And if Ethereum is going to go to 30% of Bitcoin, its price of Bitcoin, its value, guys, that is a very strong rally where I will be aggressively take some profits from here. I want to be the price action for the price for Ethereum is going to be around 6.7K here, which is a very high price here. So really, if Ethereum is going to be going towards the range between $6,000 or $7,000, it is for me a very, very, very big signal that I want to be taking some aggressive profits here. So this dashboard is definitely very valuable. And of course, you can clearly see where we are basically heading towards, because in 2017, Ethereum reached about 35% of Bitcoin, its market cap. In 2021, it was about 36%. And yeah, if the current target is going to be 35% again here, which I think is very ambitious, but it is maybe doable. But let's say 30% here, which is a very good take profit target, guys. We are going to be seeing already very high prices for Ethereum. So that is exactly what I'm aiming for right now here. I mean, at this moment of time, we're starting to see very aggressive accumulation from retail investors coming back in towards Ethereum right now. Again here, of course, the spot Ethereum ETF is going very parabolic. Even compared to Bitcoin valuation as well is right now in a parabolic gap. And on the imminent short term, we're looking at this very interesting flag situation. And of course, if we break above the high, we are most likely going to see that next push higher. And of course, like I discussed also in last videos, if we're just looking back at 2017, if we're looking back at 2021, the last 2 months of the cycle is always where the big gains are realized. And this is most likely yet again going to be the case for this cycle. And of course, the Bitcoin dominance is exactly getting rejected from the resistance line. And this is always where altcoin season starts here. So betting against altcoin season in the last 2 months of the Bitcoin bull market cycle is, of course, a very bad thing to do here. And I am personally putting all my eggs in that basket right now here, which is not necessarily a good financial decision, but I think it is going to be exactly playing out because I am betting very heavily on the 4-year cycle. So Super excited what all is happening. But anyways, guys, this was it for me in today's update video. If you did learn something from it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, slap up that like button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out. Goodbye.